Hello and welcome back to the Hayden show. Yeah, we're continuing our little Marvel deep dive journey with the words like that. That live action. Sorry, I forgot that, didn't I? Yeah, we continue with Falcon and
Marvel TV pilots. You need to say Marvel TV pilots.
Marvel TV pilots with the Falcon the Winter Soldier.
New World Order is what episode 1's called.
Yeah. It's obviously it's the start-up one. We follow Bucky, we follow Sam, and it's sort of like their little
romance.
Yeah, and when we start off, it's more like them
separate.
Yeah, because like, they're dealing with like the fallout of like Endgame and like the
death of Steve.
Yes, like these guys on Captain America. He passed on the shield
to
Sam, who doesn't feel like he
deserves a shield.
Yeah,
and no one apart from Steve should have the shield.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Gives it up to a museum. That's totally not going to give it to the next person that could use it and bring a bad name to it.
Yeah, it's okay though because it's a random white guy, so America loves it. Yay! It's obviously deals a lot with. Like, it doesn't fully delve into the whole race stuff yet, but when it does, like they do quite.
It's like a big plot point of it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like mental trauma in terms of Bucky.
Definitely.
There's a lot more racial issues in terms of Sam, which is quite an interesting mix of stuff.
Like it's finding like
PTSD and racism. It's a very interesting blend.
It works.
It's like they went, "Hey, we've got these multiple story ideas here.
Yeah.
Fucking chuckle in the blender. Fucking let's go for it."
I mean, like,
but it works.
It's learning like the consequences of like everyone coming back from obviously the blip, because obviously stuff like getting a loan from a bank is harder, even for people like Sam, who was an Avenger, who helped, save everyone.
Yeah.
But still doesn't mean you can get a loan. Typical. But hey. Selfie?
You serious?
Oh yeah, it's like it makes them like these big heroes seem more realistic. I'd say. Like,
yeah,
it shows the
the
real
celebrities.
Yeah,
yes they are, but yes they aren't.
Like, so,
they're not celebrities that are rich and rich. They're just celebrities that are famous.
They're more like soldiers in the like public eye. That's pretty much what they are. Some with flashy powers. It's it's a big full deep dive into their lives, and like obviously Bucky's dealing with all those memories of all the people he's killed. He's trying to like move on. He's got a therapist, and she's like helping him to cross off all the people on his list that he's harmed to, and like you see him. Trying to do it.
He totally doesn't hurt them.
Yeah, he's doing it in a way that's still very Winter Soldier, but he's not killing people.
Yeah,
he's more of like he's trying to.
If he needs to cause a little bit of harm, he will, but not in the case of you're dead. More the case of I've knocked you out cold. Okay, your henchman's gone. I'm
no longer the Winter Soldier. You're
Bye.
Part of my way of healing. Bye. He's the police. It's very he's dealing with that, and Sam's obviously dealing with
his sister.
Yeah, his sister and the family troubles they're going through, and like a lot of money, financial troubles. Hence why he needs to go to the bank.
And then you got the other character, Torres.
Yes.
Who's going to obviously, of course, be the next Falcon in Captain America 4, or aka A New World Order.
Yeah, he's a little sidekick.
His little sidekick. Yeah, his little sidekick that gets his ass kicked.
Well, he's not the Falcon yet, is he? So he can't fight yet. He needs the wings to make him cool, a great fighter, because that's how it works, right?
So he gets his ass kicked.
Yeah, against a guy with
super strength.
Yeah, it's totally not like
super soul serum.
No.
We would have that.
Totally. Where would that have come from?
I mean, the cool thing with this though is this is the closest the TV side of Marvel has got to the movie side of Marvel.
Oh, definitely.
Especially that intro of literally following Sam flying around, missiles firing, taking down choppers, diving in and out, fighting Backtrap the Leaper, of course, all the characters to bring back. It's Le Leap, just about the Le Leap.
Yes, Le motherfucking Leap.
It's Le motherfucking Leap, motherfuckers. I mean, it's pretty cool to go back to, because obviously, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, was the first time we got to meet both Bucky and Sam.
Yes.
It was also the first time we got to meet Backtrap.
That's true.
So it's kind of cool that they brought all three characters back. It's also the first time we got to meet Agent 13.
Yeah.
But she's obviously not in this episode at all. But it's the first time we got to meet her, so they're bringing all the characters back that we first met there.
It's all the
in this.
Captain America characters.
Winter Soldier's movie characters.
Yeah. I mean,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it literally feels like Captain America 4. It's like it's dealing with all of like the plot threads, like of their characters. I think this
is the most expensive series.
It makes sense why.
I swear it was like 150 million plus.
It's like literally watching a really prolonged like film, like the entire series. It's like a prolonged film.
I'm pretty certain that's how Kevin Feige referred to it, to be fair, and like when he's talked about it, it was literally just like it's a film split down into like 6 parts.
Yeah, unlike all the other ones, which they film like TV series, but each one's over a homage to certain eras, or it's like
each episode and at lower, smaller scale.
But this one is more
boom straight at the gate,
just like the film.
Obviously, it does slow down.
Yeah,
but that's because you spent your fucking 50 million there. Just hold back a bit, lads. Hold back a bit.
Yeah,
we need to.
Not every episode or every fucking scene has to be big explosions.
It needs then to build up the characters more.
And they got
because if you think about it, none of them have really been built up emotionally before. They've just been thrown. I mean, Sam was brought in, obviously, Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
We heard bits of obviously his military past, but not too much.
Mhm.
Obviously, then he came back for Age of Ultron for a little cameo at the start.
Yeah.
Obviously, then Civil War he came back, and obviously the Avengers movies. But he was never really fully dissected as a character, like deep dived into fully. And then the same would go for Bucky.
Yeah.
We met him in the first Captain America.
He barely spoke.
Winter Soldier, you say he barely spoke in that. Came back for Civil War.
Yeah.
And then he came back for the Avengers movies, but he was barely as well dissected fully. Obviously, we knew about his past, but he obviously wasn't fully dissected, like how much this trauma is actually fully affecting him. We saw bits of it, but not to the scale of he's at this point now where he's literally got a book, names, going through them all, marking each one off, showing that he's dealt with that, and it's like it's past now. He's healing from it. I mean, apart from the big circle at the top of his sheet, because you can't really deal with that one till the finale.
Obviously,
because we got the cool flashback, which is interesting because when you see the flashback, you don't think it's a flashback at first. You're like, there's Bucky literally snapped again and gone back to Winter Soldier, and then it cuts to him waking up and you're like, oh, okay, no, it's a flashback. He's like seeing a past, and obviously that's this big part of his past because it's linked to someone he knows now in the future.
Yeah. Someone he's become friends with, and it's like...
Likes becoming friends with old men, doesn't he?
He does, yeah, he does. But he's an old man himself. He's 100
True, true. So he kind of resonates with old man.
And to him, like, that old guy's a young guy.
True. To him, he's way younger than him, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like a little youngster.
Little youngster, yeah.
He's like, oh, you youngsters there. Like, even goes on like a little date as well, Bucky does. It's like,
he doesn't go very well, but...
Yeah, he's Bucky trying...
to be normal.
Yeah, he's trying to, like, just retire, not be the Winter Soldier anymore. But it's more of... He's struggling because he's got all this past trauma. It's something that's never really going to go away.
And so it's a good episode that obviously introduces everything sort of you need.
Yeah.
At the moment, obviously, the little hint of the Flag Smashers are the big villains of the show, which, obviously, if you watch a video we did, we gave our thoughts on them characters. We're not going to give our thoughts too much because you can't really get much out of them in this. It's just like one sequence, really. Obviously, of course, the episode ends on a big note. Obviously, the shield, which I like the fact, obviously, with him giving up the shield. Obviously, he had the talking from Rhodey.
Yeah.
Obviously, Don Cheadle's in the episode at the start talking to him. He's like, "You sure he gave it to you? You've earned it." Like, he's the one trying to convince him to take the shield. But does he say it in this one? But I know he says it at some point. He's like the what? No, it's not him. It's thingy when he comes into it. The other super soldier. the old guy. He's the one that makes the comment later in the series about like the world won't accept the Black Captain America.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously, I feel like that deep down at the moment is kind of in Sam's mind, but it's just a case of he doesn't want to take the mantle from Steve. He set that mantle. He died for that mantle.
Yeah.
With that, he may have given the shield, but I'm putting it to rest for good. But of course, the government then like, oh, it was an attack not even in America.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Hey, let's get
random
white guy's the US agent version of him. Let's get this random white guy and give him the shield. So it's the US agent. The actual one hasn't fallen down, thankfully, like the rest. This is one of the many ones that falls down during my videos. You never see them, but you just hear the bang.
That's right.
That's obviously
John Walker.
The introduction of John Walker, who obviously is played by Wyatt Russell, who's of course Kurt Russell's son.
Yeah.
I love that fact. We've got Kurt Russell's the villainous ego.
Yeah.
Who can never be redeemed after what he's done. And then we've got Wyatt Russell as the anti-hero, I like to say.
Anti-hero with an ego.
Obviously, US agent / obviously just John Walker at the start. He's Captain America. With his own black sidekick. His own sidekick. Who has a lot more personality than he does.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But he's not in this episode. It's just the reveal of Captain America. The Wish.com presents Captain America.
Oh yeah, because the suit is obviously very like trying to copy Captain America, but look, it's different, so it's not the same thing.
It's a good way to end the episode.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because like
to make you go, well, I need to watch episode 2 right now.
Because at the start you've got the whole like let's put the shield to retirement. We don't need it anymore. We've got a new symbol of heroes, completely ignoring all the Avengers. Classic government. Obviously, they still struggle to control them. It's like, here's someone you can control.
Yeah, it's a good first episode. It's a good introduction into an actual MCU scale show. Whereas WandaVision was, as you say, more cheaper.
Yeah.
More laid back until the end episode. This is more straight out the gate.
Yeah, this is literally a film
as a TV series.
Yeah, it's the most MCU TV show, which it makes sense. It has to be.
Yeah,
what it is, it's literally just Captain America 4.
Well, it's the setup for Captain America 4. Because if you look at all the other shows, none of them are really setting up a movie.
Yeah,
but this is WandaVision. Could have set up the ideas for Doctor Strange, but really that failed to actually capture.
All it does, it sets up the fact that she's a Scarlet Witch, even though we all knew that. But it's one of those.
So it sets up the idea of the family and all that to give her the trauma to fight in and be that villainous character in Doctor Strange, but Doctor Strange then fails to capitalise on it, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Obviously, Loki doesn't. It obviously sets up the idea of Kang for Avengers.
Yeah, but it mostly sets up series 2.
Obviously, series 2 possibly. I feel like this show is obviously going to be its own thing, and it might have little hints to set up other things, but it's not going to be fully focused on it. Obviously, I said that the whole Kang thing at the end does set up a Kang variant, but it's not fully setting up Kang. It's just hinting at him. Hawkeye is just basically showcasing obviously someone who's going to take the mantle, and obviously a new villain who's an old villain is coming back.
It's mostly
nowhere.
The idea of.
Obviously, Miss Marvel, he's kind of setting up
these ones
the Marvels, but not fully. Like, it's setting up the character for the Marvels. And then, obviously, you've got Moon Knight and She-Hulk that don't really...
Yeah.
Obviously, She-Hulk kind of sets up possibly World War Hulk, which is the big rumour is that's going to be the thing. Whereas Moon Knight doesn't. It kind of... It's just a series. Whereas this has to set up Captain America 4.
Like, all these shows are...
And Thunderbolts, kind of, because... It has to. Three of the cast members in this series are in the Thunderbolts, so it's literally trying to set up 2 movies. Obviously, as I said, yes, Miss Marvel is setting up the Marvels.
Yeah, and possibly X-Men if you count the whole.
Possibly, but I feel like out of all of them, this one that's like kind of has the most stakes for setting it up because the Marvels. Obviously, we've already had Captain Marvel already. Obviously, yes, this is technically Captain America 4. Well, it's a new Cap. So this has got a lot behind it to set up that. Plus, obviously, Thunderbolt's sort of teasing and setting up. It's setting up a new team. So I feel like there's a lot more stakes on this show than any of the other shows, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. It's like the other ones were setting up new characters.
Yeah, new characters that are going to appear.
Yeah,
things, but these are characters we've already met, we already know, we already love.
This is more them evolving, becoming a new character, but they're still the same characters.
Bucky becoming a new take on the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Obviously, Sam becoming the new Captain America.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot more at stake with this show than the others, in my opinion.
And I think the pilot shows it a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
All out like
action and then character building. Whereas none of the other ones really have gone to that. Yeah. They all have the action, apart from WandaVision.
Yeah.
At the end of the episode. It's the action's never at the start. It's always the end. It's always the last shot of the first episode. Moon Knight, him beating down obviously the car chase.
Yeah.
And then him beating down the creature. Obviously the jackal. Obviously, the Miss Marvel was more of the
hand.
Yeah, with the reveal of her powers. She-Hulk. It was her versus Bruce.
Yeah.
Loki was kind of the reveal of Sylvie, or the mysterious figure.
Yeah.
And then we have obviously Hawkeye, which is obviously the attack on the auction house.
Yes.
And obviously Kate fighting as villains before Hawkeye shows up. So the action's always at the end, but this is like the rare case of straight at the gun. There's no action after this. We're getting this at the start. We're giving you all of it right at once, and then we're going to slow down to build your characters. So I do like that. It's a bit different to all the others, but yeah, it's the same feel as the movies. So I do like that.
Okay.
Anything else? Yeah.
That's I think. Yeah.
Well, if you want to see an actual like proper in-depth review, we actually did 2 videos on it. We did it split into 2, didn't we? We had Alex on for that as well. We did obviously. I'll put the links for both videos in the description of this. Because obviously when we did the old chat, okay, I'm still considering trying to see if I got the files still. If not, I'll obviously can get the files from YouTube and convert them back into audio, just audio, and put them as bonus. Because I know there's a bonus category on a lot of podcasting websites, so I might actually upload the ones when we actually did intellectual in depth, not just narrating the movie. I might try and actually get them out.
Yeah, okay.
I thought it'd be interesting. Obviously, they just won't count as episodes, the new series, because they're old series, but they are. I just want to get them out. I just want to get them out in audio format. I thought it'd be quite nice. But yeah, we did an in depth. I'll put the 2 links for part 1 and part 2.
Right, and so we'll get to the thing.
You want the ratings, don't you?
Yes, I do.
That's your ratings so far.
Yeah. I would say I would put it the exact same as WandaVision.
96 as well.
Yeah, but I'll put it underneath because obviously WandaVision is more creative. But I would definitely say it's better than Defenders.
I'd say I'd agree with the pilot. It's better than the Defenders pilot. The Winter Soldier. That puts a 96 out of 10. And obviously, as you said, if you're putting it below WandaVision, obviously that put the Falcon The Winter Soldier into 5th position.
Yes.
Okay. So my question here is going to be, obviously, what other kind of side characters from the movies would you like to see get their own movie? Because obviously, there's a lot of side characters that have appeared throughout all these different movies. So, like, what would you like to not move? What would you like to see get their own TV show? I didn't say movie. What side character would you like to see get their own chance to shine, like a mini series? Bit like if obviously Heather done Ironheart coming up in Wakanda Forever, and then she's getting her own series afterwards. Like she's a side character in Wakanda Forever, and then she's getting her own series. Like that sort of idea. Again with Falcon and Soldier, side characters and antagonist in Winter Soldier, and they've got their own show.
Yeah.
Like, what other characters can you think of that you'd like to see did that have obviously been in the MCU so far?
Okay.
Wong, the series.
Yeah.
Wong
and Madison.
Wong dealing with like, a lot of magical threats.
I want Wong and Madison.
Like they could even do the Wong show, basically of him becoming the Sorcerer Supreme.
That could be cool.
Set during obviously the blip.
Yeah.
Obviously earning the right to be called the Sorcerer. That'd be quite cool.
That'd be cool.
That's off the top of my head. That was. I just thought Wong would make a great TV show. I think everyone would jump at the gun to watch that.
Everyone's Wong. Wong's the best.
Wong's the best. Okay.
That's it, yeah.
Well, that is it. Obviously, next week we'll move on to the next Disney Plus show. Obviously, that rounds out the month of October, and that show is, of course, going to be Loki.
Loki.
The redemption arc of Tom Hiddleston's Loki.
Yeah, what's letting him to basically wank himself off.
Basically, yes.
Okay.
We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we shall see you for Loki next week.
Bye.
If you like what you've seen, don't be afraid to throw us a little like and subscribe. That's always very appreciated over here. And, well, I'll see you on the next video.